how to recover from a very demanding rugby game and when to start training rugby or gym. So, how to recover from a very demanding rugby game? Time. You don't recover. Your body recovers on its own. You can kind of support those processes, but the best way of supporting those processes is by not doing too much, right? If you've got processes whereby the body is damaged and the muscles are bruised, and then you go and overly fatigue those muscles again, they've got more to recover from. It's not that they're not recovering from the bruising, it's that they've got to recover from the bruising, and now they've got to recover from the extra strain that you've put them under. So you've got to be aware of what recovery truly is. The next point I would say is, it's going to be a cheap plug, but Rugby Muscle, we have just launched a brand new Evolution in-season guide, and that goes through the exact steps of what to do post-game, because it's an in-season guide. It's got a program in there that can go from 6 days to 3 or even 2 days of training a week, and it can have you actually really make great gains during the season, which is a difficult thing to do because of this fact where we have a very demanding rugby game and then we've got to still try and train. So I would absolutely recommend checking that out. I'll put the link in the description below. It's not going to be right now because we're live, but I'll put it in after the fact, or you can just go to rugby-muscle.com and find it through the products link there. But I'll give you a bit of a hint as to what the Evolution in-season guide will give you, or will tell you to do. It will tell you to train the day after the game, and I know that's gonna piss off a lot of people. Not many people want to be training on a Sunday after a tough game on Saturday, and I get that. And when I tell you what you're supposed to do, you're probably even less inclined to go and train. But what can be massively effective the day after a game is just something real low intensity cardio. I'll just put it like that. Okay, that means you've got so many options, but if you can do some zone 2 work for 30 to 60 minutes the day after a game, you're beginning your recovery processes. You're also getting ahead of the curve with your conditioning work so that you don't need to do more conditioning work down the line. If you take the day off after a game, this is something I've very much changed my mind with, not relatively recently, but I have changed my mind with it somewhat recently. I think I'm a big believer in this now. Like, if you play a game and then you go out and do some aerobic work, that means that you can take a break during the training week and be okay with that, right? Because you got to remember that you're getting beaten up from your rugby game on the Saturday, but you're also getting beaten up from your training on the Tuesday, your training potentially on the Thursday, and of course, if you're really trying to push the weights, like, you're not necessarily getting beaten up as in like you can't walk, but you will feel the effects of 3 or so weight training sessions during a week. So if you can offset some of that work by getting ahead of the curve with your aerobic conditioning work, you can then be really prepared to then go into the week and have a day off during that week. The other thing is that then you're actually already recovering because you're getting that blood flow throughout the body, and like potentially enhancing that recovery process, potentially even keeping your muscles like nice and loose for your Monday training session, which can be one of your most intense training sessions. I usually like to do it Tuesday because then it's like slap bang as far away from your Saturday as possible, giving you room to have a break on either side. But because you've done that aerobic work, you're more prepared for that work. Whereas if you just take Sunday off, often what you'll find is you'll wake up on Monday and you'll still be kind of sore, and in that Monday session, even though it's still building towards the Tuesday, it's building to the rest of the week, building to be more high intensity, you just start it flat. Whereas if you've already got some work done the day after a game, that absolutely can help you. So I hope that helps. It doesn't necessarily have to be a long run, because potentially running might not be the best idea. It could be just elliptical, it could be bike, it could be rowing, it could be swimming. Is difficult to keep zone 2, particularly for heavier guys, because we sink, right? And then heart rate gets too high. But look into it, those sorts of ideas. You can also do weights, but that's the best way to recover. And then when to start, like you should just get going, and you can alter the volume depend on how beat up you are. You should still be able to push weight. You know, 1 or 2 sets is still very much capable for everyone. But a lot of these questions are, real deep and nuanced, and they're answered within the Evolution in Season guide.